Good evening. Today it is February 26th, 2025, Wednesday. Been a while. I haven't been on posting. Just maybe a little bit, not too long, but it feels like it's been a while because I usually do post like at least once or twice a day. It's been taking a break. Yeah, so I figured, okay, well, today I've got some time on my hand, and we'll go ahead and just sort of chit chat and uh, come back and check in and get put out an update there for friends and families and anyone else who's interested in watching it, because I am actually just doing a video right now on my camera, and then just gonna put it to a YouTube studio and then put it out there on Facebook. Keep my skills sharp using it, because technology isn't always my things. I mean, I was teaching before and I could use it, but technology has come a long way, and if you use it, you keep on learning how to use more features, I guess, in terms of what's available on this media platform. Yeah, so that's why I thought, okay, come back, check in, uh, post some videos and some some chats, some stuff there. I don't necessarily have much to say, but just checking in. I know the temperature out there has been. I'm filming on Facebook Live, but just filming the I'm just filming the fireplace. That's all. Nobody. I did not filming any person in the house, including myself. I'm just the voice right now. Um, yeah, and then in the background you can hear talking. Um, it's because I have CNN on. They're debating. I'm not sure if it's live or not. The 6, 7 people debating about diversity, about affirmative action. What else are they talking about? Oh, about being like a victim of some employment situation, I guess. Like some people, they can be employed, and if they have like a good education, for example, a black person has a very is a very educated person, according to the president, the current president. He said that that's in 1989. He said that a black person who is highly educated has more opportunities than a white person. I think that's what they said. I try listening, but sometimes my I'm listening skills is in and out, in and out. So like hoping I'm reporting back whatever they said correctly. But if you're interested in watching it, it's on CNN. It's what's the name? It's what's that called? Um, Somebody named Alicia Johnson or whatever, something like that. I don't know. Um, there is the name of the show, but it's just CNN. Oh, this is CNN Live. Um, yeah, they're just debating. You know, they have they find topics to talk about, which is thoughtful topics and actually quite interesting. I was watching it, and yeah, I don't know if maybe actually that does sound sort of right. If the person is very educated and black, I think they used to have affirmative action where the laws requires you to hire the person because they are, you know, they are of the minority group. So yeah, if you're in the minority group and you're like highly educated or whatever, and you're like you be high like that, because then I mean you're highly qualified for a job, but yet you're not hired. That doesn't make sense. So therefore, it has to be racial discrimination, right? So that's why companies hire them so fast. To my mind, that makes sense. So I'm not sure. It's like a very slippery slope. Like I think that's what they may have said. It's like very difficult to the line of discrimination is very difficult to what's the word, delineate, to draw, So anyway, I into a little bit of politics, but I was watching that show. I was thinking, okay, well, that is interesting. And then there's a person who also argued, debated that a white person can also be discriminated against because he's white, and he can also be a victim. Well, I have heard that kind of debate before on the radio a long time ago, many years ago. Yeah, and that it's like the other way around too. You can discriminate against a black person, an Asian person, or even a white person. So then the hostess, she said, well, we would then go ahead and sue each other like that back and forth. But that makes sense too. Well, what can I say? Sometimes I can be quite easily persuaded. Yeah. Um, but I think for the most part, I mean, when you hire somebody, wouldn't you want to hire somebody who is sort of like you, who can do the job, and who you will get along with, and that who will like bring you the most profit if you're a business, if you're an organization or a business? Wouldn't you hire the person who can like do the job really well and can communicate with with the customers really well, or with clients really well? Wouldn't you want to do that? Yeah, or like if you're like a company that dedicates your business to serving like a certain group of people, for example, Asian. Um, hmm. So what kind of people would you want to hire? I think it really doesn't matter what race they are, as long as they are qualified. They have the trainings and the skills for it, the personality, or the personality for it, or the social skills, abilities. I think mostly if it comes to sales and face-to-face interaction with customers, that would be helpful to have that. But some jobs you don't even need to interact with customers. You can be a quiet person all you want, but you just have to do the job really well. Manual labors, for example. Um, uh, Jobs that don't really need customer service, you can just be hired for what you can do. But yeah, so maybe professional jobs, I think you have, for the most part, maybe the connections that you have, the referrals you get from friends and from or even coworkers. I think that makes a big difference these days. I think even back then too, in the past, like if you get a reference from somebody, you you're sort of in, as long as you um, when you get to the interview, there you're mostly in already once you had a good referral. But sometimes you don't even need a referral. You just like, based on your qualifications, you get the job. So I think sometimes it depends on luck and chance, and sometimes it's your qualifications. What can I say? I really don't have an opinion. It's just because I'm talking about the debates they have on the CNN Live just now. They're still having it, I think. It's right now commercials is being aired. Excuse me. I need some water, I think. But anyway, it's a bit late. See, people have been telling me not to drink too much water before going to bed. Right now it is 10:55. And throughout the night, I would get up 4 times to use the restroom because I'm thirsty and I drink water whatever time, or whatever drink I could find that is like, okay, maybe I'm a sweet thing that helps me uh, feel better and be comfortable and go back to sleep. Or just like a really non-tasting drink will be fine, like water. Or sometimes or something a bit more fun, like sparkling water. Or something a bit more sweet, like, you know, ginger ale. Yeah. Or something really sweet, like a Sunkist. Or something sort of like uh, uh, full of caffeine and sweet Coke. Well, I know I should be watching the things that I'm drinking and all that stuff, but I think you only live once. Well, yes, I say we only live once, and we do try to. Of course, I try to watch what I eat, try to balance it out. Okay, I like sometimes like, oh my goodness, all one day I have like 2 cans of Coke or 2 cans of ginger ale, which is sweet, or two. Just someday I'm like today I had. No, I don't want to tell you. I had all kinds of water and sweet, everything combined. So yeah, um, yeah. It's just I think our body craves what we need. Because if it doesn't need that, why would it crave it? Or sometimes it's just a habit. It could be that you build like a habit for doing this and that. You do it over and over again. It becomes like a craving. It's all my theories. So what's your theories about certain things? So about habits, how you form a habit. I remember I learned 30 days to change a habit. That's what we tried to do a while back. Changing your habit within 30 days. So you got to record and try to um, change. You really, really change. Um, I think depending on the personality of a person, if they try to change, like certain personality, you tell them not to do certain things, they will do it. Certain personality, you tell them, they're like, okay, comply, and then will not do it. Not to do this, they don't do it. Please do this, and they will not, or they will do what that's their sort of compliant. But certain people thrive on the forbidden fruit, right? Things that are not accepted. It's like looks more attractive. Certain people are like that. I think I fit into both. Both categories. Sometimes I'm gonna listen to people's ideas, and then I'm like, okay, easily persuaded by the debate that's going on there on TV, like you heard earlier, right? But sometimes, like, okay, you can tell me all you want, I'm not gonna listen. Kind of like the song Selena Gomez sings, "The Heart Wants What It Wants." Yeah. Well, that doesn't really apply to things like this. Maybe she meant it in a romantic, sense and all that. But yeah, I understand that part. The heart wants what it wants. It's so true, too. And but sometimes, yeah. Anyway, changing the topic. I'm not sure what to say about that anymore. Just chit chatting. Nothing much to say. And like I said, I'm just checking in and updating and using the media so I can keep my skills sharp. Since I got the time on my hands right now, and it's based on the time on my hands. I'm still. Well, let me see what's going on. What they're talking about. Oh, yeah. I remember listening to the news media. Not sure where I got it from. I read that, well, she just mentioned a very popular name, Elon Musk, and he's got 13 kids. Very fertile. That's good for him. Okay. Anyway, fertility is a good thing. Infertility is, I don't think I have an opinion on that one. But based on religion, kids are heritage from the Lord. Yeah, that's what they said. And then about the wife, whoever finds a wife finds a good thing. There you go. There's something about the wife. I remember from Proverbs. And then okay, so looks like my fire is doing really well. That's why I want to keep on talking and talking. And I'm not sleepy. I am not sleepy. So if you're like not sleepy, looking for something to listen to or to look at and just kind of surfing, or just kind of playing on the phone, look to the media to find some sort of info or just to just playing and trying to relax. There you go. I'm just playing and relaxing and resting because it's nighttime. There's not much to do. To watch TV. Well, it's not too bad outside. The temperature out there is not bad. I think it's like above freezing. I don't think it's freezing out there. It's I know in other states it's freezing still, lots of snow still, but here in Virginia it's actually quite warm. It jumped from like sub-zero temperature, Arctic freeze, jump up so high to a tropical sort of weather today, like in the afternoon today. It was actually quite warm. Yeah, so, but, and then you wonder, why are you putting the fire there in the fireplace and building the fire if it's so warm? I don't know. It's because I have firewood. Got plenty of it too, you know. You remember the truckloads of firewood? Yeah, so it is pleasant to look at the glow, you know. It's what it is. Looking at the glow of the fire and the crackling of it. It's sort of like listening to music. It's entertainment. Yes, I could use it to cook my s'mores or maybe even roast a quail like I did before, or, you know, but I could do stuff with this fireplace, but it's a lot of work, and I'd rather use my electric stove than I just keep the fire for just looking at like this, that's all. Yeah, and that's the reason of my building the fire. It is also using what we have. We have our fireplace, so I'm using it. You wonder why I do it when it's like almost springtime. Um, yeah, and I mean, I cleared my yard of most of those woods, so that's sort of nice. I only like pick up some logs here and there to come back and burn some. Some nights I skip, some nights I don't skip. I do it for fun. Yeah, and then but today I do it for fun because well, there's not much else to do. We bought like a 1,000 1,000 puzzle piece and mostly finished. I couldn't find too many pieces, but my family did. But it's almost finished, and so maybe I'll go work at it some more, look at it, and put all the puzzles together. They're teeny tiny pieces of puzzles, and I found only a little bit of puzzles. I cannot sit that still to to focus on the puzzle and try to fit all the pieces together. So yeah, so then I okay, something easy that I can do is build the fire. Something I know how to do since I was a little kid. That I do. I can do that. Doing the puzzle is too hard. It requires focus, and I am a little bit, well, at times can be quite distracted. Well, some people can focus quite well, but I do. When I focus, I can focus. Like when I watch a movie, I really do want to see what's happening. I do focus on the movie. Yeah, or do something, I want to get it done from beginning to end. Get it done. Yeah, on time. Yeah. So that's why I'm just chit-chatting. And I never have a chance to use my tripod because it's not for a phone, it's for a camera. Yeah, it's okay. I think maybe I'll donate it out. I found myself a pretty plant. So pretty. It's and then if you look at my other plants that I have, they don't look very attractive because they're tropical plants. They belong outside, and I brought them inside, and once they're inside in the winter time, I'm not that lucky to keep them healthy because I sort of neglect them when you're supposed to water them once a week and regularly and consistently, and I sometimes skip, you know, like a day or two and then do it later. Sometimes I skip a whole week, and then sometimes I try water them too much, they drown. So. But the ones that I have seem to be making it. I'm still alive, probably just dormant. Hopefully that's the case. They're just sleeping. And then when I put them out in the sun, when the temperature is consistently warm and above freezing, and more tropical, probably at the end of May, I will put them out. I want to put them out sooner actually, because it's the way it's so warm today. I'm like ready to put out these plants and outdoor. But but right now they're still indoor, and they're looking sort of scraggly and not very very green. And on my kaffir plants, the leaves, I use some of them, so I try to leave some on there. So I am not sure. I think these kaffir plants, I was told that you have to cut out the whole thing, the whole branch, and then just use the leaves, and then the more branch will grow. But I think I've seen my other kaffir plants. They grow really large, and all we do is just pick the leaves, and more leaves keep growing out from that same branch. So I don't know. I will see. I'm doing both actually with my plant. Sometimes I cut the whole branch out to use. Sometimes I just pick a few leaves to use to do my cooking. Yeah, and then so not too many leaves on there right now. And then I don't know if I take out all the leaves, if they will be okay. So some of them have like 5, 10 leaves on. One of them is actually has only 10 leaves on. The other one has more leaves. The one closest to the outside, closest to the sliding glass door, is looking big and tall, but has very few leaves. The one closest to the inside of the house is looking a bit more healthy, smaller but healthier, have more leaves, and it's inside more. Uh, and then my jasmine plant is, well, growing more green leaves, but it's not very healthy. It's looking dry and withering or something. And I got my curly leaves, and that doesn't do well either. Maybe it's just sleeping. They'll probably come back up in the summertime, I was told. So hopefully that is the situation there with my plants, my indoor plant. I only have a snake plant and also the other plant, and I try to grow some orchids. I found a really good deal from the store, bought and enjoy the flowers already. And the flowers have all withered away already, and now it's just the leaves. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to grow these. Whatever's left, you know, usually the orchids, the flowers are gone, and the leaves, the green long leaves are still there. And some people are really good at taking care of their orchids, excuse me. Excuse me, dry throat for talking too much. Should have a little cup of water next to me, but I'm just too comfortable sitting here. So yeah. So then I'm not doing very good at raising my at planting and growing my orchid plant. It's looking like it's not making it. I'm supposed to water, but like 1 or 2 pieces of ice every week, ice cubes every week or something like that. Sometimes I don't have ice, so because I don't really make the ice, I buy them instead. And then sometimes I use up all the ice and there's no ice left, and then like, okay, I'll just water them instead. So I don't know if the plants like that or not. But it doesn't look like it likes it. Like I had 3 leaves, green leaves before, now I have 2 green leaves. Sad. My poor orchid plants. I love the flowers. They come in different colors: pink, red, white, purple, all kinds of different colors. And yeah, and then they sometimes are like speck speckled and dotted, but and sometimes they are not, and there are different kinds of orchids there. I'm surprised they do have so many different kinds. So, but anyway, the kinds that I got was sort of purplish and pink. Yeah, and then it's done, it's gone. And then I tried to replant it. I put these moss dirt, I guess, and well, it doesn't hold the orchids in place very well. And then when like I walk around, I bump into the orchids. It flew off the planter. Had to pick it back up and put it back in. It's still like, it's just kind of like wobbling up there in the dirt. Not very steady in there. So probably that's why, excuse me, probably that is why it's not doing well. Because it's not planted very well. Not enough soil to cover it. I think that's probably it. Okay, I think I'm talking a bit much, so I'm gonna stop right here and check out, and we'll start posting this. Have a great night.